August 25th, 2009 was a year of changes for me. Wasn't necessarily the greatest year, wasn't the worst either. It was just a year of learning and growth. I can honestly say that I experienced a lot of growth in the Lord that year. I will never forget specifically that day, though, August 25th, 2009, because I came up to my apartment. I got to my apartment one evening, and after a long day, it had been just a day full of bad news. Every phone call that I got, every email, every text message was bad news. The bad news had bad news. Everything was wrong. Gas prices were high at the time. Everything issues. And I will never forget coming up to my apartment door and getting a late rent notice. There was a piece of paper on my door, a late rent notice. And I'm like, oh God, okay, come on, seriously. Can I get a break here? And it was time to also renew my lease. So that would seem like that last little bit that it took before I was about ready to just really stress out. So I open up the door, I go inside, I go to my actual piano, I sit the actual piece of paper down, and I just sit there for a second. At one point I think I did smile, took a breath and looked at it. Then I just started to write these lyrics. I don't know where this came from. I got to keep on moving, no matter what people say. I got to keep on pushing through whatever may come my way. I got to keep on running because I got to finish my race, you see. And I got to keep believing every promise God made to me. And I'm going to do it with a smile on my face because I got joy. The words and the music came at the same time. I knew what key was going to be in the harmony, everything. I knew what it was supposed to feel like. And I just sat there and looked at it. And I felt better. Then I remembered in Philippians 3:14, where it says that I must press towards the mark for the prize of the high calling in God, in Jesus Christ. And I was like, okay, God, I get it. It's not going to be easy, but I got to keep going. I got to keep going. And in the midst of it, for some reason, you're allowing me to be cool with it, and you're allowing me to have joy. And not only that, but my current situation and my circumstance is not robbing me of the joy in you. In fact, years later, I still have that same piece of paper, the same document. And on the opposite side, I still have the lyrics that I wrote. So that's the story of joy.
No matter what people say, got to keep on pushing through whatever may come. Got to keep on running, yes I do.
It's Kevin Rogers, and I played guitar today on Joy by Isaac Cates. A great song. Isaac is a great songwriter, great producer, and this song is definitely powerful and spirit-filled. And I got to play some electric guitar on it and got to play some nylon string guitar. Just finished up doing that as well. And it was just a real fun experience and a blessing to play on this.
Let's try this. Can you mute all the vocals? But just so you can hear the instrumentation. Because at this point, you probably have one of the hardest parts.
Vocals?
Yeah, that too. Because you have a lot of instrumentation that's going on that's already in place.
Right.
I don't know that it's fair to ask you to try to get out of the way of all this stuff when there's all these vocals flying around your head and it's a lot already going on. So maybe that way you can at least get a sense for where the pocket's at. And right. That way you can hear that, and then maybe you can just put one of the stacks of the vocals like that, you know?
My name is Robert Rebeck. I am the Chief Music Engineer at Chapman Recording in Kansas City. Isaac's probably the most talented gospel songwriter that I've ever worked with. Really, he's one of the premier pianists in Kansas City. He's got a great ear for harmony, a great ear for arrangement. He never ceases to amaze me, sometimes with his innovation in the songwriting and in the studio process.
So I can hear that. I could hear that. Yeah, because by the fact, well, yeah, by virtue of it being so consistent, you know, because Rob said, he said, yeah, it's almost reggae, you know, the dun 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 that yeah. So, yeah, man, joy, man, yeah, man.
It's only because I came from listening to reggae for a while.
Joy. This song is an absolute breath of fresh air musically. It is like nothing else I have ever created. I'm excited and nervous at the same time, but mostly excited because I produced the song from beginning to end myself. Live instrumentation, it feels neo soul. It absolutely. This is not the Isaac Cates and Ordained that everybody is used to. The blending, you know, with classical, you know, Lacrimosa and, you know, some of the Rachmaninoff and some of the things that people have heard from me before in the past. This is not that. This is absolutely something that you can actually put in your car. You can groove to it. You can do, you know, you can absolutely vibe with this song.
Joy, unspeakable.